Right.
Hello everyone, this is CJ Novo 992 and today we are back for another brand new episode of the Spfl show. We are up to episode 24, even though last week's kind of vanished. It should have been there. It was one of a kind, you'll never ever see again. But we're actually got the exact same guest because once again Ryan Murmonate is unreliable and drops out last minute, which is a shame, Davey.
I know.
Just God bless him. He must have, Ken, how the Celtic game had 5 extra minutes. He must have thought they obviously dropped points because they scored in the 96th. So maybe he left and just went 5 extra minutes with no scored. That's why he's not turned up.
Makes sense.
Could be what happens. It does. So no Ryan Murmonate, but thankfully Gogsy 99. Hello Gogsy, will be stepping in to keep the ship.
It's good to be back.
Thank you. Decent internet now. I like it.
I know, I'm loving it. I'm spoiled.
Spoiled. His team got beat 2-0, but he's spoiled. And obviously sharpdiv themselves, the Mr. Consistent, Mr. Reliable is always here to bounce off me.
Chat, man. Start with trips.
Right, let's see. Everyone's just ripping Ryan saying, for fuck's sake, Ryan, get a grip, man. I know. Just tweet him unreliable, and that's all you put in. Just unreliable. So we've actually got a busy week to the SPFL talk, so let's just dive into it. Div, I'll let you pick, mate, since I let Gogsy pick last week.
First game I've got my notes is Aberdeen Livy, so
that was a good
one. Well. It was decent. McGinn got the goal, good finish. And then
scissor, isn't it?
It was like an overhead kind of, wasn't as good as an overhead, but it was like a
side foot volley.
Side scissor.
Side foot volley. We're not getting him the over.
Take it away.
That's explicit. You might need to take this stream down as well, CJ.
What, the Scissor Sisters?
Side scissors, no that. Peaks and valleys in it. Do you know what I mean?
One of them.
And then that boy scored for Livy. The boy you were talking about last week getting headed. Sybil, die. Tell us a wee bit about him, because I don't actually know much about him.
All right, well, in Falkirk, he was like the guy, like, you know what I mean? Like, he was up and coming, he was young, he was beating people for fun, everyone thought, in fact, he's been linked with Rangers for a lot of his early career, believe it or not. Like, all the time, he was always linked to be going to Rangers and then down south, and then for whatever reason, I never quite worked out. Now, he's slowly starting to find that confidence again, because earlier on, he burst onto the scene, kind of faded, kind of like what most Scottish players actually do, like they start off so strong, fall away. But now he's starting to rebound, and that's back-to-back goals in the SPFL, which is decent for him. And it was good positioning as well, getting sort of goal side and tapping in as well. I like him.
And then obviously to carry on for your point there, Rangers ended up with Alan Gow instead. So fucked it. It was a good finish. Another goal for a set piece. I'm going to count that. It was a floated ball in. They won it well in the air. Hawk it at the back post, gets into there, and it's a good finish. I kid you not, mate, it would not surprise me if Peter Crouch and Emo Heskey were leading the line for Livy next year. I mean, it just seems to work for them.
It's beautiful, isn't it? Well, I've got in my notes here saying it's literally Stoke 5 or 6 years ago under Tony Pulis. Long throw-ins, couple of the chances with long throw-ins, set pieces there. That must be all they practice. You didn't get that good because we can't score in a brothel when it comes to set pieces. We need to learn something for Livy. They score every single week.
Every kind of goal that you can score for a set piece, Livy have done it. They've completed it twice.
It's unbelievable, man. Like, genuinely, it's admirable if you're a Livingston fan. The only thing is, if you're a Livingston fan, you'll be looking at Hockett, who is rumoured to be signing a pre-contract with Hearts. Don't know if you've seen this news. That looks like that's pretty much...
Yes.
So that's going to be a massive blow for them, because he has been, as good as Liam Kelly is, and I speak highly, Hockett's just been that level, maybe even slightly above leading them, and that's going to be interesting to see how he gets on. But for what I've seen, it was kind of a back and forth game. Livingston did actually score a second goal for another set piece. Believe it or not, another free kick. Now, I don't know. It was offside, but the camera angle that was shown was one of the worst coverage I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I can't see if it's offside or not.
It was a pretty poor angle.
I still don't know.
I'm going to put myself out there and say it was just offside. And obviously, it wasn't the greatest angle, but I was kind of judging for where I could see the last Aberdeen's footing.
Right.
And it did look like he was kind of close at the edge of the box and that boy was behind him. But again, the angle was very bad. Like, I couldn't say whether it was 100% offside or onside, but the guy put it in the net.
Yeah, I was reading through the comments. Some people was moaning about it. Some people wasn't on the official SPFL website. But as far as I can see, you can see that Aberdeen defenders literally scream, "He's off!" Even before he touches it. So that's sometimes a telltale sign if they've worked on that. So interesting one. But Aberdeen once again dropping points.
I think Is that now 6 games we've not won at home?
Pittodrie,
Yeah.
Pittodrie, they're struggling up there, and they couldn't capitalise, and other teams around them are drawing points as well.
Thankfully.
Yes.
Gogsy, what was your thoughts on the game, bro?
I don't know. All I saw was the highlights.
For fuck's sake. I
But
don't know, mate. I don't know.
Thanks, Gogs.
I don't know.
Right,
It wasn't there, but aye, move on.
Great contributions. Awesome.
Thanks, Gogsy. Somehow it's still better than Ryan, which is amazing.
At least I'm here.
That's it. That's bit savage there for Gogsy. Someone just says, "Where's Fudnut 118 this week?" He's not turned up again. He's not turned up again, mate. Right, let's move on to the next game. Gogsy, and you can take. Are you wearing like a? Sometimes it looks like you're wearing a suit. Is it just a black top you're wearing? Gogs.
It's just an Under Armour.
Oh, right. I thought it was literally like a suit the way it was hanging there, but carry on, mate.
I could suit up if you wanted.
Suit and boot next week, boys. Let's go.
When you get
I'll be here next week.
Oh, near well, actually. I'm away.
I'll be in San Marino next week.
I'm away to Blackpool to watch the Legends game, so fingers crossed that one goes well.
I'll be here myself, so
maybe Ryan will turn up.
Fucking hell.
Just cheering.
Devin Ryan.
Big Gogs, what game do you want to talk about, mate?
Let's go with
lamb and tuna fish.
We'll go Dundee Celtic. Get that one out of the way because it's a 1-0, and they spent like 15 minutes on it in Sports Scene when they only needed 5 minutes. So let's get that one over and done with.
Ken, what's funny, Gogsy's actually really angry because Gogsy watches Sports Scene and you were lit and you just ranted to me saying, "Why are they spending so much time on a 1-0? You were furious.
I was.
Where in the order was it, Gogsy? Was it first setting? Well, was it?
Sorry?
Where was it in the order? Was it first?
It was first.
Fuck's
it was first in the game, and there wasn't any controversial points at all. I don't think, if I can remember rightly.
No, not very
but basically, right. So I think Celtic sat on all the possession as they usually do, and Dundee did have a few corners here and there, so it wasn't just completely one-sided. Second half came, and then Celtic still dominating. Then Dundee break up the park last minute, and then they completely waste the ball. And then Edouard gets a hold of it and 1-2 and puts it in the back of the net for the last kick of the game. Something like that.
It was very slack for Dundee.
Look at devastated. Did you see that when that passed back to us there? I was like, you take it, Div. I'm not taking it.
Like fucking Totty just passing on the buck. But I was really slack for Dundee. I thought who actually did play well in the 95 minutes. Dundee kind of limited Celtic to certain chances. Celtic, I believe, had 18 shots, but only 6 on target. If my photographic memory serves me right. But a lot of chances, they weren't really clear-cut chances. Dundee, I think, actually had a good few breaks in the game. There was one particular in the first half, I remember, Kenny Miller putting through one of the boys.
Oh, yeah.
And it went through to, I believe, Ralph, who kind of just scuffed it against Bain. Bain made a save. And there was a good few chances I thought Dundee had favours as well. And to go back to the goal that they actually did concede, so slack. Like, the captain for Dundee should literally be kicking himself right in the balls because they lost it. Yeah, and I know his teammates should be as well. And obviously, Gogsy says that they've just kind of picked up the ball for the Dundee attack, but it wasn't as much like that. Dundee did have a great chance. Dundee actually recovered the ball for Celtic on their counter-attack, and it was the captain of Dundee that very slackly just fucked it, passed it to Celtic, which was a great move, and bang, knew it was coming.
Definitely. But what I didn't like was McIntyre came out and said after the game, he said, "Oh, why is there being 6 minutes added on, etc., etc." It was 6 minutes. It wasn't just 6 minutes for Celtic; it was 6 minutes for Dundee as well.
And they had the chance to win the game.
Exactly, and you've got to play the whole 90+ minutes. Otherwise, you're going to get minutes.
You've got to play the whole 96 minutes. Everyone knows that.
Just keep playing until Celtic score. Everyone knows that.
No, definitely. Golden goal in that.
James Stewart writes in a belter. James Stewart writes in, they got 6 minutes added on time on Sports Scene as well.
I raise my bottle to you.
I'll give that. That's a good one. That chuckled, mate. Just Celtic scoring late goals, mate. It's fucking. I seen like a league table. If you take after 90-minute winners, it's much closer. But to be fair, they keep plugging on. Like you say, is that Dundee captain really let them down there? Like he's got to hold his hands up in the dressing room and just say, "Lads, I fucked up." But you've got to give credit to Dundee. They really stuck in. It wasn't like they played 11 men behind the ball. They actually really went for Celtic. You know, Celtic's weakest point is their defence. Ryan says that every week. I'm not just saying that. He literally says that every week. If you go at Celtic, like they kind of crumble a bit. That's what Dundee done. So that's going to be the tactic whenever you play Celtic. But again, at the end of the day, they end up getting a winner and they go, what's that, 10 points clear now?
10 points clear.
That's 10 points clear.
That's sickening, it. Fucking bastards.
It was nearly the first
no
time.
No bias on the show at all.
It was nearly the first time Celtic went 2 games in the league without scoring in a decade. So it just goes to show you how kind of lacking creativity that team are having.
Ryan hates Lennon. Like, you heard what he's... Ironically.
Ryan did talk up Lennon, and then as soon as Lennon's been the manager, and he's kind of talked him down in a sense. Do you know what I mean? I don't know what's wrong with young old Lenny or whatever he is. I thought he was supposed to be class, but obviously he's not looking like that. And Ryan's eyes.
It's so weird. That's why I was so looking forward to seeing Ryan, because he talked up Lennon this whole time, Scotland manager, blah, blah, blah. As soon as he comes to Celtic, he's tweeting out stuff saying he doesn't want him to be the manager because it's anti-football, football's terrible, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, we're getting 3 points, and that'd be nice. It'd be nice to moan and still get 3 points. Like, I love that.
That's the difference. That's the difference between...
Yeah, I'll just sit quiet over here.
When you go, Div.
If you're going to interject, Gogsy, then give a wee point or something. You know what I mean?
No, I'm just sitting over here. Imagine moaning and still getting 3 points.
We can't do that either. So, for fuck's sake.
I do the opposite.
We're on the same boat here. And it's fucking sinking.
Aye. So that was it. Yeah, they go 10 points clear. Should there have been a penalty incident for Scott Sinclair? Did any of you see the incident?
No. I don't think it's a penalty, no.
Sinclair's a diving cheat. No.
Oh, there we go. Don't get Gogsy started on Sinclair and these diving antics.
Oof, he doesn't like him at all. Doesn't like him. No. So, yeah, that's a quick no from everyone. I don't think it's a penalty. What about you in the chat? Do you think it was a penalty for Scott Sinclair? You've actually seen the highlights. For me, he's dived.
I don't know if it was necessarily a dive, because if I'm saying that the Sinclair was a dive, then I'm saying that the Morelos against Aberdeen was also a dive.
Yeah, but that was because you got booked.
No, there was contact, right? But there wasn't enough contact for the foul to be given, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Maybe less so in the Morelos one, but if there is still contact in the blokes, referees shouldn't be giving yellow cards for fucking diving because there's contact. So the way that players are taught is to go down if there is contact. Yeah. If there's no fucking contact, then it's a yellow.
That's why I'm saying it's a dive, by the way, in case anyone doesn't get that and has not watched my fun recap. The reason I'm saying it's a dive is because Morelos got clearly fouled inside the box and got it, so that's classed as a dive. So this one clearly has to be classed as a dive as well, but he never got booked. It's very confusing. Strange.
Inconsistency.
And the last one we need to talk about here, what I've got on my notes that people have been demanding that we actually bring up, is the Scott Brown stamp. Have you all seen it?
Yep.
Dave, what was your thoughts on it?
He's got to miss the next game, clear as day. If players are getting done for other things, then Scott Brown should get done for that. Simple as. I don't know if you've seen the story going about on Twitter as well, but Alan McGregor, I don't know if
the email,
Yeah. So basically, for anybody that doesn't know, there's a rumour going about that when Alan McGregor attended to see if he was getting a 2-match ban, the compliance officer, he asked for an email. And he asked if anybody could, who would complain, basically. And it turns out that anybody could complain. So if a challenge happens within a match in Scotland, anyone can complain. So in the next Celtic match, apparently Alan McGregor watched it and every 2 minutes was emailing her. and they had to fucking get Stuart Robertson to phone Alan McGregor to tell him to stop. But
it's hilarious. If anybody's haven't seen the incident, this is it, by the way. I don't know if it will actually come up. Let's see, blah, 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 blah. I'll keep talking.
That's dirty. That is dirty.
It's a clear stamp, but nothing will happen because his name's not Alfredo Morelos. Gogs, what was your thoughts on the incident, though, mate?
That's a red card. Like, that's it. That's a red card. He should see at least a 2-match ban for that.
you've got to give credit to the Dundee United player, the Dundee player, sorry, for actually just getting up and getting on with it. You know what I mean? He could have been rolling about pretending he was like short, but he just kind of shrugs off and tries to win the game for his team. So respect to him. But yeah, if this compliance officer is so meticulous like he is for Rangers, or she's like for Rangers, then surely she's got to look at that. But Gogs, you watch Sports Scene? I didn't watch it because it's biased agenda shite. What was? Did they bring that up? Did they discuss it?
Not really.
Did they speak about Morelos at half time?
We'll get on to that in a bit.
Okay. Yeah.
So they did.
Keep watching.
He's teasing the viewers. I like that, mate. I like that. Also, I just want to say, Mark Down, who's got a Celtic badge, says dirty cheating from Scott Brown. So fair play, Mark Down, for calling out in against his own team.
Mark Down's always honest in the comments, to be fair.
So thank you, mate. I appreciate that. Right, let's move on to the next game then, and that'll be me that gets to pick this one, and I'm going to pick the Hibs game.
Okay.
Hibs won 2-0 against... Oh, it's Motherwell, isn't it? That's a shame.
Something like that,
no, to be fair, what did you pick last week? 4-0 Hibs?
I picked 1-0 Hibs.
Oh, right, okay, from my notes on this game, I thought Motherwell almost stole the lead with the best own goal you've ever seen. Seeing the first, like that was some finish by the defender. Unfortunately, just hits the post. Then after that, Gogsy, I'm afraid to say, mate, Hibs just bossed the entire game.
That moment in the first minute that summed up our game, because nothing went right the whole match. Like we were talking last week about the Motherwell Hamilton game, everything went right. It was a complete contrast.
Yeah.
And Hibs get a correct penalty decision after about 17 minutes. And we're lucky that Aldred doesn't get sent off.
Yeah.
Because it's handball. But then at 1-0, David Gray scissors Gaboli Aribi and doesn't get anything for it.
A lot of scissoring going on this week.
I know. And 2 minutes later, David Gray gets booked for another foul on Aribi. See, in theory, he should have got sent off. And then the bastard goes and scores to make it.
Scores.
Get that clipped.
There it is. That was worth it.
David Gray is a dirty bastard.
To be fair, he should have been suspended for playing these anyway, because he took Alfredo Morelos about 20 times the week before on the Friday.
Oh, there we go.
So yeah, are we all agreement it was a penalty? Yeah.
Definitely.
If biomechanics and that's to be believed, most certainly.
Yeah.
And the second goal was obviously from a former corner kick in that as well.
Pure marking from the corner.
Yeah, it was weird. It was like a free run. There you go, which is unlike you, because you're actually not that bad at defending.
We're actually really good from set plays. Yeah. And then the second half, our manager Robinson comes out and says we're playing like the home team with all the possession, etc. But what the thing is, we were playing in front of Hibs. Like we can do whatever we want in front of the opposition, but not getting in behind, and that's our problem. Just the attack is just shite.
That's what he's done. That's what he's done to Harry. To be fair, he's constantly getting behind. Aribe had good games. How did they play in this one?
Oh, we were just like Hibs weren't that great, but they did all the basics. Hamilton were just completely shite in comparison, and Hibs just completely nullified our attack.
I'm sorry, I'm just laughing at some comments there.
What?
I'm not reading some of them, but it was one that was just for Scott Rowley says, I'm just here for Gogsy's tears. That was just one that tickled me, but fair play, mate.
Inject
that into my veins. So the unfortunate Ross McCormack streak sort of ends there, Gogs, isn't it? Because you know what I mean, he was really inspiring the troops from the dressing room.
It was. As soon as he leaves, we go and lose. Well,
well, fuck him. Do you still fancy your top 6 chances? Obviously, this was 6 versus 7. He's had an opportunity there to close the gap. Now he's up 5 points behind.
Mathematically, it's still possible, but we've got 3 really tough games to finish with: St Johnstone, Aberdeen, and yourselves.
Yeah.
So I don't see it happening, but I would. What?
I hope it's us that stops it. I hope he's won the next 2 games 6-0, and all you need to do is get a point, and we score a 99th minute winner for Alfredo Morelos.
I like what you did there with the 99, but aye.
Just punching it with the back of it, with his wrist or something like that. That would set me up for life. You know what I mean? I take this season.
Hammer thrower.
The elbow thrower. That's the new hammer thrower. But yeah, mate, fair play. Hibs back on winning ways. The guy that's people always say I look like that McNulty. I didn't see it at all. He ends up scoring again. He's got a pretty damn good goal scoring record, and obviously we move on from there. I'm not picking the Rangers game, Div. So you can have a. You want to pick that one, son? Do you?
Mate, and they're enough at it. Do you know what I mean? Oh wow. Rangers 1, Kilmarnock 1.
Good luck.
When I seen the team sheet, and there was, I believe, 3 changes in the team sheet. I said this was Gerrard's last, and I said this to you as well, CJ. I thought this was Gerrard's last throw the dice to try and inspire this team to stop feeling sorry for themselves, essentially, and give a performance, which they didn't do. For word go, it was shite. They didn't want it. And going into it, Rangers could potentially have won 27 points before the end of the season. There was only 8 points in the league. And they're already giving up. There's 2 old firms left as well, and it looked like they'd already given up. For the first goal, I mean, I've done a screenshot and put it on Twitter. There's 2 different defensive lines. Goldson and Tav are almost at the halfway line. Katic and fucking Andy Halliday are almost on the 18-yarder. It's laughable. It's pathetic. And then also Alan McGregor, to top it all off, who was getting really, really frustrated and irate, comes flying out, something he's not did all season. He's
never done it.
He's never done it.
Ever done it.
He's never done it in his career. He usually stays rooted and actually gets a good save. And obviously Kilmarnock get the lead. Out with that, Morelos done something special. That was it. It was pathetic. It was stinking. It was ugly to watch. And that's pretty much my summary of it.
Yeah. That's basically what I said in my fan recap too. The only thing I would say, I just want your opinion. It was like, see when we came out half time for the 10 minutes before we scored, it looked like we were gone for it. People was in. But then as soon as we scored, we started the sideways passing again. It was weird, the contrast before we scored, the 10 minutes up to that, to after it, they would just went, oh, we'll go back to the sideways left to right and hope Ryan Kent and Morelos wins us it again. Pretty
much, mate. You're absolutely spot on with the Ryan Kent Morelos, because mate, all they would do was kind of pass side to side, as you were saying, and then try and get Kent to do something special, or just like blast it into Morelos and try and get Morelos to do something special. But you cannot have that like every single game. Do you know what I mean? Like, I seen a stat as well that Celtic's 2 widesmen, Sinclair and Forrest, have got 32 goals between them. Candace and Kent only 11 goals. I know that our strikers get 29 goals in the league, but pretty much, if you stop Morelos for playing, you stop Kent for playing, Rangers stop playing. And just to go back to the Alan McGregor kind of thing, some people may not have seen it, but there was a foul on the halfway line, and the Rangers fans are just looking at Power. The Kelly player had the ball, and Alan McGregor starts sprinting right up, fucking runs halfway up the park to grab the ball and gets booked. He gets booked for it. He didn't do fuck all wrong. All he was trying to do was try and inspire these Rangers teammates. That guy's used to playing in good Rangers teams. Winners. And he's looking at boys, staring at a Kilmarnock player, letting him just hold the ball. He's like, fucking get the ball down and start playing the game. And he ran right up the park. And maybe we can touch on the whole Morelos shit as well.
Yeah, that was preferred me. I've got that just in my notes there at the side, just to remind. If you've not seen it, like, because the media, like, they're using the machine the right way, showing just a clip. It looks like Morelos is actually threw a punch at Broadfoot. That's the picture that they're tweeting out. They're using the paper, all that stuff. What was it? Alfredo doing Alfredo things or something like that. The media's chatting, right? So yeah, but what actually happened is Alfredo Morelos and Broadfoot's talking to each other. Morelos turns away and starts walking away, actually keeping his heat. Broadfoot comes up behind him, studs doing his Achilles. Morelos turns around, shoves him. Broadfoot throws himself back. Kid's on it. He's been punched in the face.
Yeah, and I saw it happen as well, and I was going crazy. There was not a lot of people that saw it, but I don't know what drew my eyes towards the incident. I think like they were just giving each other a wee bit of verbal, and as you say, Alfredo turns his back to walk away, and the dirty bastard cut Broadfoot, who's a shite bag, puts his feet down the back of Alfredo Morelos. And rightfully so, he turns around, pushes him, and he acts like a wee bitch lying on the ground, holding his face. Like the shite bag Cut Broadfoot is.
It's embarrassing. He actually done the exact same thing when Pedro Caixinha was here to Ryan Jack. Do you remember Ryan Jack shoved him and then got sent off for it? So he's done it now twice.
Fucking Cut Broadfoot thinks he's something because he's been down to Blackpool and fucking Accrington and Stanley or something and had a good few games.
Aye.
Get back in your box, mate.
Yeah, it's embarrassing. Have you seen the incident, Gogs? Because the media are obviously, you watch sports scene, they say Morelos was a bad guy, I suppose.
No, I think what Cut Broadfoot has done it because Alfredo Morelos is such an easy target. I think he's done everything he can to get that psychological advantage.
Right, okay.
And it's worked. And I think what he tried to do was try and get Morelos booked so he can have a bit of an easier time in the second half because Morelos will have to watch out. Mm-hmm. But I can see why he's done it, but it's no right.
It's no.
Because it's the same thing as like in boxing. If you punch your opponent after the bell goes, that's the exact same thing.
Also, I just want to point out as well, see if you Google like Alfredo Morelos, all it is stuff about he could potentially miss the Celtic game. Will Alfredo Morelos face... there it is. Alfredo Morelos could miss Celtic clash. Alfredo Morelos, Kurt Broadfoot shouldn't be punished for this. Alfredo Morelos. Like genuinely, just Google it and just go through it. You see them, the media propaganda machine at it. They want him suspended for the game. It's absolutely embarrassing. Surely the person they should be looking at is the guy that initiates the entire thing, the man who stands on his Achilles. But
even the push back was fucking handbags and Broadfoot flung his
goes like that and he's holding his face.
Actual curious though, Gogsy, what was the whole thing on the show that you watch? About the incident?
I can't really remember much being said about it because I think they just airbrushed over it because you may say that
the incident shown or just the
I'm trying to remember actually.
Well, I've got a screenshot of someone saying Stuart called it cute. Let me see, where's this? Sports scene just serves to wind me up. Broadfoot stands on Morelos' heel, yet Stuart describes it as cute. Well, Morelos is out of order for pushing him back.
How is that cute? It's after the whistles went. Like, that's another one. What a buffoon. What an absolute goon.
To be fair,
a wee bit annoyed
I'm starting to see a lot more bias against Rangers on sports scene. And I'm looking at this from a pundit's point of view.
And you hate Rangers, to be fair, as well.
I do. So I'm starting to see it as well. Maybe it's just used to brushing off against me, but
that's it. We're convincing you, mate. Nah, but it's just a bit annoying that it's not even just always against it. It's Morelos. They just didn't like him for whatever. They're chasing him out the country. It's ridiculous. It's fucked up, mate. But I think I'm quite safe to say Alfredo Morelos shouldn't be banned. If anyone is going to face action, it should be Kurt Broadfoot. Div, what's your thoughts on the incident? Should Morelos be banned for the next Rangers game?
Should he fuck?
Yeah, fair enough.
I think both should pick up a booking for that, if anything, because Morelos has retaliated in a way as well, and that's got to be seen against as well.
Fair enough, mate, but I just find it's very interesting the difference in contrast. It's all about Morelos shoving someone. Yeah. The media, the press, aren't they asking for Scott Brown to be? Could he be suspended for the game? There's Google it.
Absolutely fuck all about that. Actually, to go back to it, right? It might not be a popular opinion, this one, but one of the only centre backs in the league that I actually respect when he plays against Alfredo Morelos is Darren O'D. He goes in, he gives him a tough matchup, he gives him as good as he's got, he goes in fairly, it's always a good battle. Guys like Kurt Broadfoot and others are absolute idiots. They know that they're out of the league, that they will get absolutely done in a game of 90 minutes if they play fairly off Alfredo Morelos, the best player in the country, by a country mile, so they try and play unfair and get him sent off. Simple.
Yeah, if you've not caught what Div's obviously referring to, it's when Darren O'D came out after Rangers battered Dundee and says Alfredo Morelos gets kicked up and Dundee plays, blah, blah, blah. It's a good battle. We like getting stuck in. He kicks me, I kick him. We get on with it. It's the game. And I can't remember what the last quote was, but he was just saying he's got a lot of respect for him because he's a good player, and that's the battle. Okay, I mean, they enjoy that battle. They like the tackling each other, and he doesn't see any problems with it because that's football. So he was kind of like a man about it, no rolling about the grunds and all that. But yeah, Janet McAllister, right, donates £5 in the chat. Thank you so much for that. We greatly appreciate that. Let's see what some of the comments are. Some people just talking about the compliance officer saying there's absolutely no chance she'll do anything on the Scott Brown. Yeah, there'll be nothing. But anyway, let's move on from there then, and we can return back to any other refereeing decisions because we have one last game to talk about, and it's Hamilton scoring another wonder goal, this time against Hearts.
Yep.
Where's these volleys coming from? Is this what they're practicing?
That's all they can do, I think.
Fucking, I'm sure it was the right back or something that scored that, wasn't it?
Aye, McGowan, his first goal for the club.
And it's a beautifully timed first time stretching volley that just dips into the back of the net. It's like, fair enough.
I know,
decent.
Save that.
So you compare the last like 2 home games, what they go, the Oakley goal versus Aberdeen, then that they could potentially be stocking up for goal of the season.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying it. There's not much else I've really got to say. I was quite disappointed in Hearts overall, if I'm honest with you. Hamilton, that's a massive win for them. Like, we can't really speak like how important that point is, because I think we all picked Hearts to win this game. I believe. So yeah, interesting. What was your thoughts on it, Gogs?
I thought it was a fantastic goal, well taken. I thought Hearts were poor though.
Very poor.
Not up to the standard that I expect them to be. And of course, Hamilton did well to bounce back from last week's excursion to Fir Park. But but that's all I've got to add to it.
Yeah, that moves them 6 points clear, by the way, of the relegation. So that's quite massive, especially at this time of the season.
With 8 games left.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because Hamilton, is that the team you and Ryan's fancying going Dundee? Is it Hamilton?
Nah, kind of changes, to be honest. Like, it does, because as you can see, Hamilton go to Fir Park and get routed, and then they go and they beat Hearts. Like, it's so inconsistent. Dundee are terrible at Ibrox, then they like almost get a point off Celtic and play decent and defend well. I don't know, it could be any of them, but it does look like Hamilton have opened up that quite a significant gap in terms of like the bottom 3, and get into the split. They'll start playing teams that they can get results against as well, and maybe surprise just like the Hearts result. But again, underlines how poor Hearts are offensively without Stephen Naismith. They struggle big time without him in the team, the setup.
Really? Oh, sorry, mate. I thought you were going on there, mate. Just no. I love it. This is the first awkward silence of the episode. I love it, mate. So yeah, we've kind of spoke about everything. Obviously, the other game that got postponed, I believe, wasn't it?
Waterloo pitch. It was St Johnstone that got waterlogged, not due to the park, actually the surrounding areas. If you've never been to McDiarmid Park, it's basically fucking big
peaks and valleys.
Big car parks kind of all around it, and it all goes into the pit.
It was covered in snow as well.
Yeah.
Aye.
Yeah.
Just like your training pitch as well.
Apparently. Apparently, vis-a-vis. So anyway, that was the last thing I want to say is that puts a lot of pressure now on St Mirren, because they look at that game now they can see the distance sort of creeping up. I know it was postponed, they'll get the game back, but they might be feeling even more pressure going into that game whenever it gets rescheduled, because they need to pick up points, and I'm not trying to be wide, but they're the team I've picked to go down, so it's looking good for me. I might get one thing right this year. Come on, boys. That's it. So right, that's us kind of all broke down the games. There wasn't a really great footballing weekend, I'd say. Last few episodes we've talked about loads of great moments and loads of great games. It's a wee bit an off one, obviously coming up for the international break. Players might be saving themselves, maybe just exhausted. Like Daniel Candes looks like he's absolutely dead on his feet. So is there anything else you want to say before we pick goal of the week? Anything else you want to talk about?
Not a lot.
Are we going to talk about the Scotland international break?
We can do. After, but what we'll do is we'll break down the goals first, and then we'll jump over and look forward to Scotland, because I've got a wee note about the captain. He's got a fill-in appointment. He's got a dentist. So yeah, let's pick up goal of the week. Then this is going to be difficult. Everyone, get ready. Fire in your opinions about the goal of the week. Gogsy, take it away, son. You can go first.
Oh God, off the top of my head,
there's only one.
It's like asking for a kick in the balls or a punch in the balls.
Yeah.
Because Motherwell didn't score, so that's out the window.
Normally you just always pick your own team.
Yeah, usually. We'll go with Aberdeen's goal against Livingston.
Scissor?
Again. Aye, the scissor. The good scissor.
Well, aren't they all?
At least I know what you're into, CJ.
Well, there was that time in college. Right, Tiv, take it away.
Oh man, I actually think that the McGinn goal was the worst out of the top 3 that I have.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go with the Hamilton goal.
Double, mate. Double.
Some finish.
Yeah.
It was just, and if being for a right back as well. I think setting Alfredo Morelos just because of that touch. I thought that touch was beautiful.
Spectacular.
But Hamilton goal for me takes it.
Right.
Takes the biscuit.
I was getting. Mine was obviously between Alfredo Morelos and the Hamilton because literally the difficulty, like the run, the timing, the way he stretches and gets it. But I'll go with Alfredo Morelos just because the turn is so. Like some people I've seen on Twitter saying, "Oh, I never meant that stuff." You can see how quickly he reacts. He clearly means it. Do you know what I mean? If he's hesitant, it's on one move and the finish while he gets fucking took out. By the way, like have you seen the challenge?
Yeah.
On him while he's hitting that, he goes absolutely nailed. The guy gets none of the ball, annoy the man, nae booting. But Alfredo Morelos, great finish, and the passion. You can see the frustration that the man's got because basically all our hopes are on him. And I think it's starting to maybe weigh on him a wee bit, and you can see that. Obviously, had a disappointing game versus Aberdeen where he kind of lost himself a wee bit and retreated to last season's Alfredo, but he's back being strong, and I think that goal was just fucking... If that was Mbappe or Neymar, that'd be everywhere, but because it's Alfredo Morelos, everyone's like, Scottish football's tin pot, who cares? You
That's what it does. That's what it does.
That's genuinely, if you click on the Alfredo Morelos thing, one of the first comments you'll see is, tin pot, my gran could do that in that league. No, genuinely, I can't be asked with that kind of mindset.
We can't even get into this tobacco, man.
I know. I'll just get.
We'll be here for another year.
I know. Andy Taker donates £2. He says, "CJ, go check DM. Old Firm related thing." So, Div, you want to start? Maybe get the predictions for next week. Wrote out that. Oh, actually, it's the international break, isn't it?
Aye.
So we did predictions for the Scotland games. That'll be exciting.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
All right, I'll just check this DM, mate. Will you get the games loaded up if you don't mind? Gogsy, run interference, mate.
Better watch just not a nude. That would be weird.
We talk about the first Scotland game then,
aye. First Scotland game. Who's it against, Gogsy?
Right.
You will be there.
Kazakhstan away. No, I'm not going to be in Kazakhstan because it's like 600 quid for a flight there, and not even the return.
Freezing. It's freezing as well. It's like minus
Depends
10.
what time of day.
Depends what time of day. It's like minus 10, mate.
Aye, in Borat lands, in Borat's town, but no
slightly racist. Slightly racist.
Fuck.
Great success. Anyway, predictions, lads. What we're saying.
Is our captain actually turning up, or has he got a dentist appointment?
I don't even know.
This is embarrassing. Like, it's a new wave of Scottish football, and the Scottish captain, Andy Robertson, if you've not seen it, could potentially miss the game because he's got the dentist. No, I'm not kidding. I swear to fucking God. He might miss a European qualifier because he's got the fucking dentist. Are you kidding me?
I don't know if
the banter years are still here.
I don't know if somebody's intercepted young Andy because he's usually Mr. Reliable. He's not pulled out.
The fucking dentist.
He's got the dentist. He's got a wee note and everything for his mom. Or Jurgen, I don't know who. But dentist, it's a...
I used to use that excuse to go to math exams.
The only way that I'll accept it if he comes back with just a full grill, gold teeth. That's the only way that I'll accept it. That's it.
The only way I'll forgive him, by the way, if he subs his cell phone at halftime, scores and does the dentist chair celebration, that is the only way I will forgive this man for this moment. That's it. Yeah. That's all I've got. Andy White racing dentist to score. I like that, mate. I like that. So let's get some predictions then for us. Div, you can start, mate.
I think that Scotland should be good enough to win this, so hopefully. I'll go for a 1-0 to Scotland. Just a 1-0.
Right, I'll go with awkward silence 2, and for that I'll go with a 2-0 win for the Scots.
Do you think it'll be easy for us, or?
I don't think it'll be easy, but I think Kazakhstan will tire towards the end of the second half and we'll get a brace at the end.
Perfect. Alan Neil chips in £2 to the chat, says CJ runs like James Forrest. He runs out the way I run, like fucking Tom Cruise. Plus, I've got a neck. And mine, if I'm honest with you, I've not really got much faith in Scotland, especially with our captain potentially messing with the dentist. It doesn't really inspire me. Yes, it gets me fired up, Div, you know me. But I'll back them. I'm actually going to go with a very comfortable 2-0 goal in each half. That's right.
Oh, fair game.
Confidence. Confidence, lads. Right, next one.
San Marino.
You'll be there?
I will be there, yes. Spfl show correspondent, Gogsy89.
We'll do a live video and they're just like wind and everything in the back and he's standing there with his wee SPFL mic.
Yeah. in a capacity of 4,000.
Yep.
So, Gogsy, how are you feeling being in San Marino? I don't know.
It's fucking nice. Scheme's brilliant.
He's so weird. He's so strange.
I didn't even get it.
Also, I didn't get half his stuff. Anyway, I just want to read out a couple of people's predictions. Craig Miller writes in 2-0 Scotland. Andy Taker goes 2-0 win. This is versus Kazakhstan. And Darren writes in 2-1. A lot of people 2-0. Billy K goes 2-0 Kazakhstan. Jesus.
Hell.
And Bob Steele writes in 5-0 to Scotland against San Marino. Evan 1888 writes in 2-1 versus Kazakhstan. And the last one comes from Craig Miller, writes in 3-0 versus San Marino. So a lot more confidence with the San Marino ones, closer games versus Kazakhstan. Yeah. But I'll go with my first one, and I think we'll batter them senseless. And I believe Stephen Fletcher. And I believe Stephen Fletcher will somehow get called back up. He'll score about 7 goals. So I'll go 4-0 Scotland. 4-0.
I'll go for 3-0 Scotland against San Marino, picking up a wee bit of confidence, just dipping my toes in the water for the first one. Know what to put my neck too much out there. For the confidence we'll get for that, I think we'll do San Marino. 3 goals to 0. Barry Bannon and Charlie Mulgrew to score.
That just depresses me. Like it just seeing how many names I get. I kind of dropped out, but they'll probably get pulled back in. That's what he's meaning, Gogs.
No, you said Stephen Fletcher to score 7, then you said 4-0.
Yeah, 4 will be called off. 3 will be called off, mate, for offside.
3 will be offsides.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Come on, fucking be alert, son, Think about it.
Oh, I'm very alert.
Who's actually pulled out the squad? 2 seconds. Who's pulled out the squad? Like so far, we've got Andy Robertson, Mulgrew, Bannon,
Ryan 108.
He's fucking. He won't be there.
He's pulled out again.
That's a given. Have you ever emailed? Oh, for fuck's sake! Have you ever emailed somebody that says they're not in the office? They'll get back to you soon. I reckon that would just be Ryan's fucking response to a call up to Scotland. You just get that back.
Aye, be lying naked somewhere, cuddled in a tricolour.
Tied to a pole.
He'll be in Gibraltar.
Probably. So
he'll probably be in Santa Ponsa.
There's one thing I do want to mention though. We've got to give congratulations to Liam Kelly getting a call up for Scotland. He's obviously been drafted in with I believe it's Jordan Archer that dropped out, so that's obviously a massive thing for Kelly. That's great to see. I think
you gave him the stamp of approval, didn't you?
What?
Like the first week.
That's right.
You gave him the stamp of approval.
First SPFL show I talked about him. Now look up.
Yeah.
So yeah, I actually think he should start. Because once he got the most clean sheets, I think Scott Bain just got another one, so I think he might be drawn with him now. But I think he should get a start. I don't think it should be whoever plays for Rangers or Celtic starts. It should literally be fucking who's the best goalkeeper. And for me, with Alan McGregor retiring, Liam Kelly's the best for me anyway. I don't know how you are feeling about that, but
I think Bain will start.
What was that?
I think Bain will start.
Yeah, he will.
Yeah.
Celtic. The Rangers blogger 1872 chips in 199. He says Rangers 7, Motherwell 1.
Yep. Good one. Yeah.
Brian boys. Andy Taker writes in Kelly should have been called up straight away. But yeah, let's get. Has everyone given their predictions now for San Marino?
I've not.
Right, let's do this, Gogs.
Yeah, after a win in Kazakhstan, I'll go for a 1-0 win for San Marino.
What?
What are you doing?
I'm kidding. Right, we'll go 6-0. 6-0 for Scotland.
The contrast. 1-0.
I'll be there. I'll be there.
Run on the fucking park and score the 6. There you go.
Yeah.
Hey mate, if there's any more drop-ups, we might get a fucking call up. You know what I mean? They might be that desperate. So Also, who would you start up front? That'd be a good question. Someone said, what would your lineup be? I think that would probably be too long, so we'll just go. Who should start up front for Scotland?
It's a tough one. It is a tough one.
Mike Burney's probably the biggest name, and he's starting to do well down at Swansea. But I think
McBurney's his man, so I think McBurney will start up top.
Me too.
But
I don't think McBurney's international standard yet. I really don't.
How would you say Ollie Burton?
He's just too ordinary. Like, there's nothing about him that makes me think he's a good player. Whereas we've got the likes of Andrew Robertson, Oliver Buck's a bit of a player, and
Andrew Robertson up front.
One is no, but I'm talking about players in general.
Can't he make it?
I'm talking.
It is interesting that you say that because obviously Ollie Buck couldn't get a game in the league that he's in. So
yeah,
no, it's true, but I think Buck's a good player, and I think there's more to come from him.
I think that's pace. Pace excites people more than maybe a big lumpy laddie.
Oh,
but
yeah.
if you throw the ball in the box, the cunt will get his head to it. That's what he's doing for Swansea. So
you've seen my up front for my ultimate team, CJ.
Yeah, it's big. It's just pace all day. A lot of people's gone for Burke up front. Yeah, I'll be McNulty. That's a good.
Oh fuck me! Ah, there you go. There's another one.
Fair play, actually.
I actually seen a video before the Rangers and Hibs game. He was saying that the whole reason they came back up and stuff was to hopefully get called out of squad, and he's done it.
Yeah.
That she's deserved it as well. We've got form players in, so. Fucking.
I don't know why.
Just
fuck it. He's just cleaning up.
Just fucking.
You know what I mean? He's like, right, that's me done now. We've talked about everything. I'm gonna go fucking clean the bedroom now.
Yes,
and he's actually fucked off. Mm-hmm. This is live, by the way. Thanks, Cox. Oh, there he is. Now he's back.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Hiya. Hello there.
Hey, Cox. We'll edit that out. It's fine, mate. We'll edit all that out.
Oh, that's cool.
You ready to go now, are you?
I'm all good in the hood.
Right. Hello, everyone. This is CJ Novo 992.
What have I missed?
That's us all kind of done and dusty, lads. It's going to be an interesting one next week. Obviously, with the international break, we'll see. Probably came at the best time for Rangers. It gives us a weekend off of disappointment, which is great for me and you, Div, because it's been painful.
I know.
Yeah.
Is
there anything else you want to discuss before we wrap up? Are we singing? Is this a sing along?
Awkward silence number 3.
Yeah.
Audio jungle.
Right, okay, let's wrap up then, lads. Gogsy, where can they find you on the internet?
On Instagram at Gogsy You'll see all my pics from San Marino next week, and on YouTube at Gogsy99.
Honestly, the fucking delay. I think he does that on purpose, Div, to annoy me. Like, ask him a question and he looks at the camera for about 3 seconds, then goes,
see.
So well, fucking annoys me. Anyway, Div, tell me where I can find you, mate.
YouTube.com/sharpdiv and sharpdiv on the old
Instagrammers. Stay tuned because we've got quite an important announcement coming up in the next 2 weeks, lads. So stay tuned to our channels. Everyone should have pretty much an exciting announcement video. So make sure to go check the boys out and subscribe if you haven't already. Shout out the Rangers blog at 1872. Donates $1.99 sing every other Saturday. Div, you want to take that away, son, just before we wrap up?
We are the people.
But anyway, I've been CJ Novo 92. That's been Sharp Div, and that's been Gogsy 99. Thanks so much for watching, and bye.